Hundreds of women in Melbourne's Jewish community have gathered at a vigil in solidarity with victims of sexual violence by Hamas. They are also protesting the silence of women's rights groups on the issue.
More than 1,000 women gather in Melbourne's Elsternwick in solidarity with women and children who have been raped, slaughtered and kidnapped.
The vigil today was really a marker and a commemoration of the horrific sexual violence perpetuated on Israeli women on October 7.
Wearing shirts emblazoned with "No excuse" and "We believe them," and their mouths taped shut. The group is condemning the silence from women's and human rights groups home and abroad, including the United Nations.
The campaign was really to shine a light on the horrific and devastating silence in the wake of sexual violence perpetrated by Hamas on Israeli women and children. So we put tape over people's mouths to signify the silence that we felt we have experienced from those human rights and women's organisations.
The vigil organisers feel forgotten by their usual allies.
Where are the feminist organisations? Where are the social media influencers? It feels like the Me Too movement abandoned us. Me Too unless you're a Jew. That's what it has felt like to be a Jewish woman in the wake of the atrocities committed by Hamas.
The group wants global condemnation of the actions of Hamas.
When Jewish and Israeli women and children are raped, we expect the same condemnation, the same outrage and the same voice and the same voices to be heard in an outcry against such violence.
Politicians at the Melbourne Vigil agree.
I say, where are all the women's groups? Where are the human rights groups? It took the United Nations Women's organisation 57 days to even acknowledge these atrocities.
Politicians on both sides of the aisle are calling for further condemnation of Hamas.
There were so many brave women standing up and saying we have to speak out. There are no excuses. We cannot qualify this in any way. We have to let the world know what happened to Israeli and Jewish women on that terrible day.
Rape is rape. There are no excuses for rape. It is not resistance. It is not a legitimate form of war. It's not a legitimate use of force.
Holly Stearns, Sky News, Melbourne.